You are enough. You are enough. I wasn't happy prior, but at least I wasn't broke. I wasn't carless. I wasn't essentially homeless. I felt like I was losing my mind. I get emotional talking about it because how you crying 2 minutes into the video, girl? You supposed to be hoard. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justice if you're new here, and if you're not new here, well, welcome back. I am so glad you're here. This video is a little different than the videos I've made prior. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous. I'm already kind of emotional because this is me being like extremely vulnerable on the internet. And who knows, nobody will see this, but just my luck, everybody and their mama gonna see this. Y'all, I got like a little breakdown so I stay on track because the ADHD will kick in. So if I'm looking down at my phone, just know I just have like how I want to make sure the conversation flows. Okay, so let me paint the picture. Last year in 2023, I was staying in my apartment in Alabama. I had recently ended a relationship that should have been done a long time ago, but like I had ended it for good. And I was just going through the motions of life. You know, you wake up, you pay bills, you work. But I felt like a heaviness in my chest. And honestly, the heaviness had always been there. Last year was the first time where I couldn't deny it. I had already suppressed that feeling for so long until I couldn't do it anymore. I, was working in and odd jobs, any odd job that I could find to make ends meet, but it was just never enough. You think, well, this is what everybody goes through. This is all I've ever seen. This is all the people that I know. This is all they've ever done. I had a situation arise with one of my bills, and I was given the option to essentially stay or go. I felt such a weird sense of peace come over me. I felt like it was God giving me a chance to take my life back into my own hands. I took it. I took the chance. I packed my entire apartment up, my entire life, in 2 days. 2 days in the dark. I didn't tell a soul. I went and rented a U-Haul, packed all my stuff up. I have decided that I'm changing my life today. I am no longer going to be a slave to my circumstances or my situation. That is no longer happening. We ain't doing that no more, okay? It ends today, but my new life starts today. And I feel great. I feel good. I'm tired as I look hot. God is good though. God is good. I don't know why I feel so positive. I almost cussed a few people out today, but I stopped myself. I gotta pack this U-Haul up, move all this heavy steps by myself. But just the fact that I know I can, I think that's why I feel so positive. I don't know if I'll ever even get the courage to really post any of these videos, but because I look so raggedy. But I think it's just a reminder that, like, I'm so blessed to be even in the position to be able to help myself this way. So many people can't even help themselves this way. God, thank you. Moved all my stuff from a second floor with no elevator, just stairs, by myself. No help. Packed all the U-Haul up and moved everything into storage, like all by myself. I remember just looking around being like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? I just felt like I needed to do it. And so my plan was, okay, you're gonna quit your job here. You're gonna sell your car. You're going to essentially get rid of my apartment. I was at the end of my lease. Go stay with a friend and you'll have another job. At this point, it's Halloween. If it was Halloween, that means I made this decision on the 29th. So I had the 30th and the 31st to leave. So I literally drove to Atlanta at midnight on November 1st. It's so funny because you ask God, please change my life, change my surroundings, change my circumstances. But Justice has always been somebody who I still try to dip my toe in the water. So, still try to mosey on in what I want and not what God wants. God gave me this out, but I'm just gonna go to Atlanta. Who knows? I'm gonna get another job by Christmas and I'm gonna be fine, right? Life will go back to normal. Mom will give me another place. It's funny because I didn't even want to live in Atlanta. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give me another job soon, save up enough money, and give me another place by January. Y'all, that was my plan. It's so funny. I laugh so hard because you could not convince me that was not what was gonna happen, right? Birthday, come and go. Thanksgiving come and go. Christmas come and go. And I will never forget, it was that first week of January where, now mind y'all, this whole entire time I'm applying to jobs like it's my job to apply to jobs, okay? So I'm just applying. And I hadn't heard a word back. Not only did I not hear a word back, I'm not hearing anything back, and I'm getting sorry, we went with another candidate. Sorry, you didn't meet qualifications. Sorry. Now, pause, a little backstory, y'all. I don't want to call myself no serial job offer, just in case my future employer is looking at this. But I am a person I'm a great worker, great employee. Every job I've ever had, the people love me. Okay, I'm a great worker. The problem is that I don't love them until I leave. And so I have never had an issue in a job, ever. And so my ego is being hurt. My pride is being hurt because I'm looking like, I'm qualified. What? I'm qualified? And you telling me I'm not gonna get this job? It was the first week of January, and I remember being, I was standing at my friend's house, and I remember being at her house, and I remember it hit me like, oh, I still don't have a job. I don't have a car. And it was like, the decision that I had heard God tell me so clearly was January. That first week of January was the first time where I was like, oh my God, I think I just ruined my life. I wasn't happy prior, but at least I wasn't broke. I wasn't carless. I wasn't essentially homeless. I got so depressed. I'm talking about, I remember sitting in a room at my friend's house, and I remember just crying. The friend that I've always been a friend who, just as a therapist friend, if you need some good advice, you need somebody to listen to you, to be there for you, I'm the person people come to, right? And for the first time, I was like, I can't be that person or that version of me to anybody because I don't even know what I'm doing. I felt like, oh my God, I just put myself in a situation that I don't think I can get myself out of, right? And I was battling with, oh my God, I thought I had heard God clearly, but I just think I heard God because that's what I wanted to do. I was so torn. I was at that friend's house, and I will never forget. Mind you, I didn't plan on staying there, for the couple of months that I did stay there. But also, y'all, I'm staying with a friend because I don't have any family that I can stay with, right? I'm not really close to my family. Like, not the way most people are close to their families. So my friends are like my family. I talked to this friend about this, and we're fine, we're good, but this is part of the story. So I remember that friend being like, me being so down, basically that I was bringing the vibe down. Only give me a little bit more longer to stay with her because I was bringing the energy down. I wasn't mad, I wasn't upset with her, but I remember just feeling like, well, dang. You're not asking me to leave because I'm being dirty. You're not asking me to leave because I'm disrespecting your home. You asking me to leave because I'm sad. And I remember just feeling like, I can't even be sad. Like, in that moment, it made me really wonder, okay, what persona or who am I being, or who am I pretending to be, that the people around me feel like I'm acting weird, or I'm being different, or I'm just so unbearable to be around just because I'm being sad, right? But a lot of people had never seen that side of me, amount of weakness, you know, because I mean, essentially that's what it was. I was always the person who, I'm super strong, I can handle it, I got it on my own. I can't remember like what date she had gave me that I needed to leave by, but I will never forget one day I was like in the shower and Tasha Cobb's Your Spirit ad came on, and I remember just feeling like a spirit come over me. Like I was in the shower boohoo crying, and I remember just telling God, like, you know, I've been trying to do it my way, because again, I just told y'all what my way was. My way was, okay, God said I could leave, but all right, he got me to leave. He got me out of that situation. He got me, you know, I didn't have to pay no crazy fees and nothing like that to sell the car and get rid of the apartment. I got it from here, right? But what I was trying to do at that point wasn't working. And so I was telling God, like, God, I just want to do what you want me to do. I'm listening. The whole time I'm still not listening, y'all. I was in the shower and Tasha Cobb's Your Spirit was playing, and it's just like this. It's so funny. I still, to this day, y'all, it is December 16th. I cannot play that song without crying, because it made me go back to that day when I was in that shower. But I remember I was in the shower and that song came on, and it's like just this feeling came over me. And I remember just telling God, like, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I know that you got me and I'm gonna be okay, right? And so, you know, fast forward a little bit, I ended up leaving that friend's house early, and then I went to another friend's house, right? And so I was at another friend's house, and, you know, everything was fine, and everything was fine until it wasn't fine. People can tell you all day long what they would do if they were in your situation, but nobody knows what they would do if they were in your situation, right? And so I was doing the same thing at that friend's house, applying. At this point, y'all, I'm applying to stuff that I'm overqualified to do. I just want a job. So I'm applying at stores. I'm applying at fast food places. I'm just something. And I'm, again, denial, right? And so I'm just like, what is going on? And a friend had like a little tiff, basically. She misunderstood something that I did. I was confused because, and it's funny because to this day, I still just be like, that was so petty, but you know, people just be ready for you to go. That's really all it was. What that situation taught me was that I asked God to change my situation. I was leaning on them to be there for me when the only person I should have been leaning on was God. It's not to say that you shouldn't expect certain things out of your friendships, but I feel like in a sense I was trying to play God. And that was never my intention, but I felt like for those couple of months that had passed, God was trying to get me to lean on him and to trust in him. But I think a part of me always felt like, well, what I'm going through ain't even that bad. People who are going through, you know, sickness, I felt like my problems were too small for God. Yeah, I know my makeup is ruined. It is ruined. I felt like, oh, I'm not going to talk to him about that. I felt like essentially like I'm wasting his time, you know, because I can figure that out on my own. Not realizing that, like, no, God doesn't want you to do that. He wants you to cast your cares onto him. Like I said, I went to my second friend's house, and, you know, we had a little misunderstanding, basically. I wasn't doing what I always do. I feel like, oh, it's not that serious, or oh, I can handle it, or oh, I don't need nobody's help. And so when it comes to like certain situations, I don't really speak up, right? So when I say I don't speak up, I mean, I used to be a person who, you could bother me, you could do something to me that was not very friend-like, do something that was not very nice, but for the people that I love and care about, I just let it slide, right? Because I feel like I know you better than that, right? But you only got, I don't know how many chances, but you only got a certain amount of chances before I say, hey, I don't really like that. And so with the situation with me and a friend, the friend did something that I didn't really like. I wasn't really mad that the friend did it, but I let the friend know, I don't really like that you did that, right? And the friend can the friend, because I actually haven't talked to this friend about it, so who knows. But the friend didn't take it lightly that I let her know that I really didn't like that she had did something. The attitude that she had towards the situation and how she treated me after I let her know that I really did not like something that she did. I wasn't disrespectful. I wasn't nasty about it. I just didn't really like the situation. And the crazy, y'all, I don't want to go into what it was because it was so stupid. That was another thing. Like, I wasn't mad for real. Like, I just let them know, hey, I didn't really like that, right? And when I say not mad for real, there was no yelling, there was no cussing, there was no fussing, there was no being rude. I just didn't like it, right? But the friend felt as if, how you gonna tell me you don't like something and you at my house? That's basically how the friend treated me. We did eventually talk about it, and I remember I just kind of had the same look I have now, like, are you serious? Because I didn't say anything, and that wasn't that serious. I just didn't like that you did that. I'll tell you about that another day. I'll tell you about that, what it was one day, because, like, I still just be looking at that situation like, are you serious? You know, me and a friend had, like, a discussion about it, and that's when the friend let me know, like, oh, I need to leave. Not right then and there, but eventually you want me to leave. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, because I don't agree with you, I gotta go. So, now mind you, a few weeks prior, it was, oh, we're really enjoying you here, blah, 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 blah. But now because I don't like something that you did, now you want me to go. And I will never forget, y'all, I have, hold on. Y'all, I can show y'all. I wrote in my notes, because I was doing a lot of journaling back then. Y'all, I wrote in my notes, because when I tell y'all, that caught me so off guard. Like, you know what, it's April 17th, okay? April 17th, okay? I wrote this in my journal. I mean, my little journal in my notes, right? And I'm going to skim over it and tell you guys about, like, I don't want to give no details away, but I'm gonna read a little bit of it. I said, you know, blah, 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 blah. I said something that wasn't that serious to me, they took very personally. I apologize, but I'm very hurt because there was no malicious intent in my heart. I'm upset, but, like, not for real, because I'm surprised she took that so serious. I really can't wrap my mind around that. The details of the situation don't matter at all. All that matters is that I'm gonna be okay. God is just letting me know he's preparing me for my next chapter. I might cry a little, but I'm resilient. God hasn't left my side. I'm proud because I didn't react negatively. I'm just focused on what's next. No ill feelings, keeping my faith strong and leaning on God, right? So, y'all, that was April 17th. So now, mind y'all, let's paint the picture. I don't have my own house, right? But we know that because I'm staying with people. But I don't have a car. So everything that I have to do, I have to depend on somebody else to get me there, right? I am, by the grace of God, mind y'all, I put all my stuff in the storage unit. I am donating plasma for money so that my storage can stay open. But this entire time, I had to decide, like, okay, I don't have any money. I did not pay my phone bill this entire time. So my phone was off from January. At this point, it's April, right? If I use their car, I would just put that gas back in the car, right? So, you know, I wouldn't be joyriding in their cars. I would literally go where I was supposed to go and come back. So I would, you know, if I got $50, I would put like $10 or $15 in their car. And so I didn't really have any money. I didn't really have, in my storage unit was like $100 and something. So I didn't have any money to have fun with, right? Of course I do my own hair, but I would just do my hair with the little stuff I had. Mind you, I had 3 bags that I was carrying around, like 3 bags that I would have, like, the clothes I was wearing, some underwear. Mind you, for all of these months, I'm wearing the same 3 and 4 and 5 pair of clothes and same 6 pair of underwear. Like, that's all I had. I didn't have anything else. What I would use the money for was to pay my storage, use that to get groceries at their house because, you know, I still gotta eat. Buy like my toiletries if I needed like tampons, pads, toothpaste, and deodorant, that type of stuff, right? At this point, I'm still, y'all, searching for a job. Like, I could not get a job to save my life. I'm just like, I just need just one place to give me a chance, all right? Going back to that situation with my first friend, I'm like, okay, so I'm not allowed to be sad, right? And then this friend, you're telling me I'm not allowed to be angry. Now, again, y'all, angry is subjective because I'm telling y'all, that situation was so dumb. Like when I say the situation was so small, that situation just blows my mind that it turned into what it turned into. Cause I'm just like, are you serious? Like, I thought it was a joke for a second. So anyways, but you can't tell people what to get mad about, child. But see, so around that time, I had really got into my word. Like at that time, I was really reading my Bible every day. I was starting to do fast, like stuff I had never done, right? To get closer to God, to feel closer to God. And so I felt like the devil was trying to pick at me. The devil was trying to get me to act out of character. I felt like the devil was trying to get me to lose hope and lose my faith that I had built up in God. And I'm like, I had reached a point where I'm like, not gonna happen. So I just kept on doing what I was gonna do. I think that friend had gave me like a month to leave. And so I was just doing what I had always done, saying to myself, just doing what I do, doing my journaling, my praying, my fasting, and just still applying the job, child. Also, I'm gonna tell you what I stopped doing. What I stopped doing was sharing my business. I am a oversharer. Now it's so funny I'm saying I'm gonna overshare and I'm sitting here telling y'all my business on YouTube. That's besides the point. But like with my friends, I love my friends. My friends are my family. And so I tell my friends everything, right? I tell my friends when I'm talking to a new guy, if I just met a new guy, if I'm looking for a new job, if I wanna get a new house or get a new car, I tell my friends everything. And for them 30 days, I remember just saying like, just be quiet. Keep it between you and God. And I remember being like, wow, I think I realized the lesson I was supposed to learn. For so long, I had tied my identity to being a great friend. I was the same way as a daughter. I have shown up for these people in moments where I couldn't show up for myself. And when I needed people, nobody was around. And that was a thing. And when I say needed them, I'm not talking about, allowing me to stay with them, because I am forever grateful. Forever grateful for them allowing me to stay with them. But when I say needed them, emotionally needed them. I just want to cry. I just want to scream. I just want to vent. The situation allowed me to realize, like, if I'm not being who everybody wants me to be, I am no longer valuable to them. And that cut me so deep. It cut me so deep because it's like for so long I had tied my identity around being the perfect daughter, the perfect sister, the best cousin, the best friend, the best, did I already say sister? I think I already said sister. And it's like, when I didn't have enough energy to be that, when I wasn't happy enough to be that, when I didn't have enough energy to be that, when I didn't have any resources to be that, I felt like I was disposable. I realized that I was disposable, that I was replaceable in these people's lives. But the even crazier part is that I realized that God was trying to wake me up. Nobody ever told me to be those things, right? In that I had put a realistic expectation on people in my life because I was spreading myself so thin to be that in their lives. And it was a really hard pill to swallow. People were not living up to my expectation that I put on them. And honestly, they probably never even earned that expectation from me because of the place I had taken up in their life, the space that I had taken up in their life. I expected that same thing. And when I didn't get it in return, it broke my heart. Fast forward, I got 2 weeks left. And y'all, guess what? Not only did I get a job, I got my dream job. I got my dream job at my dream company. And I was finna go from not having a job to making the most money I ever made in my entire life. And I kept it to myself. I never told my friend when I was leaving. I didn't tell anybody. I just went on about my life, right? And I was so happy. Oh my God. When I tell you I was so happy, I would never forget I used my first check to pay my phone bill. I used my first check to pay my phone bill, and I got a car. Ruby. I call her Rube, but her name's Ruby. I got got my dream car, and I had my dream job, and eventually I ended up getting my dream apartment, and it seemed like life was just up, right? This is only a small part of my testimony, but I just want to let anybody out there who is watching this, I just want them to know that, like, you are enough. Without the weed, the makeup, the material items, the relationship, the friends, the family, you are enough. You are enough. Not feeling like enough will lead you into a situation where you're repeating same toxic cycles, right? Repeating same toxic cycles. I've in the past overplayed my part in people's lives. I've in the past had a bad relationship with money. I've in the past had to put my all into situations and not put my all into the person who gave me everything that I am worried about. I've done that. And that's not to say I won't do it again, because I'm not perfect. But I didn't have a job or a car for 8 months, and I was staying with other people for a total of 10 months. No, it wasn't no 10 months. Why did I say that? When I was going through it, you could not tell me that wasn't the worst thing in the entire world. But I am so grateful. I am so grateful God allowed me to go through that, because had he not allowed me to go through that, I don't think I would have learned the lesson. I still have issues. I still have trials, of course. Y'all remember that job I just told y'all God blessed me with? Y'all, I quit that job already. And we'll talk about that in a whole nother video, because I'm actually going to record that after this video. I don't know, because I feel like my makeup might be messed up, so maybe we'll have to record that another day. But that I am protected and divinely covered, okay? And I know that without a doubt in my mind. That season gave me time to really reflect on what I had been through. The relationships, the people that I was accepting. There was a point where I remember saying, I don't trust my own judgment because I don't trust the people around me. There was a point where I really sat and realized, oh my God, I've become a shell of myself, right? Me doing YouTube, I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've been talking about doing YouTube for years. I've always tried to do YouTube, right? But I felt like I couldn't really be myself because so many things in life had broken me down so much that I felt like the only way to protect myself is to be a shell of myself. Don't really be myself out loud. The me that's funny, the me that's ambitious, the me that's a little corny, and I felt like the only way to protect myself was to not show who I really am, you know? And that season just allowed me to really just wholeheartedly let go of who I had always been and be who I am, unapologetically. Not worrying about no weight, not worrying about no skin, not worrying about no relationship, not worrying about what people might think, not worried about what no family might think, the people that I have been trying to impress. None of it mattered. None of it mattered. And the moment I was able to realize that and release that, it opened my heart up. It opened my soul up. I have reached a level of happiness that I can't explain, and I get emotional talking about it because my heart feels so full, and I'm so happy because I know that I am so loved. I'm so loved because not only does God love me, I love me. I love me. I don't have a hunger and a desire for things that no longer serve me anymore. I don't have a hunger and a desire for people who no longer serve me anymore, right? But I don't have any ill will towards those people. Malice intent towards me because I pray for those people. Genuinely, I really do. I pray for those people because if only they knew the God that I serve, who can make you feel so whole, my God, they would not go around acting like that. If you're feeling low, you're feeling down, you have nowhere to go, turn to God, because I'm telling you, he will turn it around. He will turn it around. And like I just said a few moments ago, how I've left that job. That job was starting to take me away from God, and I don't really want to share too much about that because, like I said, I'm gonna make a video about that. But I have been officially not at that job for a week now, and I have no worries because I know that my God will provide for me. I know that the same God that made a way for me when I decided to sell all my stuff, get rid of, my place of where I was staying and allow me to sleep pillow to post, that same God is going to allow me to not miss a beat now that I'm currently not employed. I have no doubt in my mind. I really appreciate you for being here. I would love to do another talk like this because, y'all, that is just a small section of my testimony. I didn't even tell you guys about how, my upbringing and some of the things that, like, when I tell y'all, last year and a little bit of this year allowed me to see how one good God is, and how had it not been for God, I would have never made it this far. I have beat the odds in situations that would have killed somebody else. But the only thing that has kept me, allowed me to still have this smile on my face, okay, still have the sense of humor I have, is that is nothing but the grace of God and his will and power over my life. And so I just want to end this video. If you got to the end, I really thank you for being here, and I really appreciate it. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and you join the family. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little ratchet sometimes, just a little hood, but you know, I am, you know, a sister in Christ. So, all right, I'll see you in the next one. I'm such a crybaby.